right. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is your man, Deveron D. Dennis, and we are finally back with Talk That Talk, man. Listen, I missed y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I had to take a hiatus because the original show, it didn't feel like me. I was talking about the stuff that I wanted to talk about, but it felt forced. It didn't feel organic enough. So I had to find a way to make that feel organic. So what I did was I brought in a producer, talked to some friends, figured out, you know what, I just need to start having conversations with people about all the topics that I wanted to talk about, all right? Now, enough of all that housekeeping stuff. Let's go and get started with the return of Talk That Talk. Now, on the first episode of Talk That Talk, we got my guy coming in. This is one of my best friends. You're not my best friend if I don't cuss you out every single day. So this is definitely one of my best friends, all right? This guy right here was on Kevin Hart's Heart of the City. Right now, he's nominated for the funniest person in Hattiesburg. I would tell y'all to make some noise for being, but I don't think y'all can clap from the comfort of your home. So coming from the neighboring country of Wakanda, y'all make some noise for my guy, Ben Compton. Fake clap, fake clap, fake clap, fake clap.
Oh, man. Hey, continually Wakanda.
Okay, my brother. Okay.
Hey, man, thanks for having me here today, man. I'm excited.
Okay,
I'm excited to be here.
He's excited. I'm excited.
Can I be excited?
Kinda.
Okay.
You can be excited just a little bit. I mean, you were on TV and whatnot. By the way, Ben is white. I just want to, for those of you who don't know,
I feel like my voice was gonna give it away.
Nah.
You don't think so?
You definitely sound like you got.
So
some
you don't
Negro
think the Wakanda will let people know that I'm probably not all the way from Wakanda?
Well, you could have just been you could have been a fake woke type person that we just didn't want in Wakanda. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You right.
You
I'm gonna tell you real quick. Let me tell you how woke I really am. Though I noticed immediately that in the movie Black Panther, the young guy that was playing Forrest Whitaker's part, his eye was messed up, just like the old Forrest Whitaker. I swear I did. I was like, look at his eye, man. Who cast this to be like, you know what? You got to have a Forrest Whitaker eye to do this,
man. Didn't I tell you that movie was gonna be? By the way, I told Ben to go see the movie because he got like 3 black daughters, and I was like, you know what? Take your daughters. They need to see what they look like before your people came over there and fucked us up.
My daughter been calling me colonizer all week. I swear she has. I'm like, hey man, let me make it.
All right, man. So before we get into the balls of this, let's see. So, Benjamin, why comedy, Benjamin? Why comedy? Let's start there.
You know, I don't have like everybody's always like, what's your feel good story? I don't have like just a reason. I love to make people laugh. Like, that's the only reason I can think of. You know, obviously every comic does. But for me, it's a great outlet because not only do I like to make people laugh, but I like to be that guy. I always have been, growing up, I wanted to be that guy in any social setting, and I always felt like I was a very likable person. So I try to convey that on stage. And I like to be that person that, man, on a Monday night, at an open mic night, when your boss has been on you, you're thinking about the weekend, all the great things that you did, to be that person that brings that laughter to you,
Okay, that was a nice stereotypical radio answer. Like, we're not on the radio, dog. You
Okay, you want the real answer? I want the money and the fame, all right? I want the money and the fame and the women.
Losing the hell up. Like, well, actually, Steve, I've been loving comedy since I just got started. I've just been loving comedy.
Are you saying you, Steve?
Yeah, that's
you Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, I'm Ricky Smiley.
If we any radio personality right now, you Ricky Smiley.
I'm Ricky Smiley. Okay, yes. I take it.
All right,
I take it. All right, bro. Now, I brought you on here because what I didn't say in your intro that you are also a war vet.
Yes. Yes.
Quick story about Ben. The scariest thing I've ever done with Ben. We was coming home from a show one night, right? Me and Ben just on the road, and there was a car driving behind us, right? And it was dark outside. And Ben go, yo, fam, I don't like people driving behind me, fam. Give me them flashbacks.
Hey,
like I'm about to pull this motherfucking car over right now.
It'll take me there. I promise you it will. It'll take me.
Listen, this is I have never been more afraid of a white man in my entire life. And I grew up in Mississippi. I want y'all to think about that. I've never been more afraid of a white man than when Ben was like, you know what, I'm about to pull over, I'm about to hurt somebody. I was like, all right, we're gonna calm down a little bit, Ben. Like, they just driving.
Here's the thing, though. In all actuality, all that would happen is I would pull the car over, let that car pass me, and then get back on the road.
I didn't know that in the moment. All right, bro, so let's talk about this gun control stuff, bro.
Okay.
So check this.
Okay.
Mississippi, the Senate, it just passed a bill saying that they want to allow teachers to bring guns into class. Now, they didn't specify whether or not the teachers had to be trained, nothing like that. They just said, yo, teachers can bring guns into class.
Okay.
What you think, bro? What you think?
So I don't personally I don't personally love the idea. I also don't necessarily want to say I dislike the idea. I don't think teachers, I mean, I feel like we put so much on educators already, you know. I don't feel like teachers are those people. Do I feel like we need to have some more, I guess you could say security? Yeah. Like, I'll tell you what my thought is on as far as what my plan is of action. First of all, each campus has campus security, has dedicated police officers that are at that campus. I think it varies on the size of the school, how many officers there is. But whatever the amount is, you know, depending on the school, at least double that number. All right. Then at that point, now I can tell you growing up, I really can't tell you shit a campus police officer ever did at my school other than sit in the office and mess with the teachers. Yeah. So if we're gonna have that, then that point have a detailed log of them, you know, riding around, checking doors, whatever they are, as an active presence, not to scare students, but to, you know, to be there for the safety of our students.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want my teachers to have a gun. I just don't. Like, I was class clown. Like, I don't want to be in class clowning around. Right. Teachers like, you know what? I had enough of your shit. Like, it happened. That's what I'm talking about. They passed the day that they passed that bill.
Yeah.
It happened. Like, a teacher just luckily, I don't think nobody got harmed.
But is there anything at this point? And this is my only thing now. Is there anything at this point really stopping teachers from already doing that? Because is there anything stopping a teacher from bringing a gun to school, same as a student, and doing exactly what you're saying without the permission?
No, people can do what they want to do anyway.
I think the fact that you're thinking about it makes it more scary. When really, in all actuality, it's probably already happening.
To be honest with you, I'd rather not know. It's like the government. It's like the government having a wiretap on my phone. Like, if they got it on, I don't want to know they got it. Like, you know, I feel like I can't jack off in peace. Like, I want to.
I got you.
Like, you like, I don't like that. Like, just let me think that I'm by myself. You watching me, then cool. But let me think it at least. Like, here's the thing. Let's just say that a teacher brings a gun to school, right? Mm-hmm. And school shooting happens, and that teacher popped the school shoot. I'm gonna be grateful. Then I'm gonna be like, you know what, Miss Hogan had a fucking gun the whole time. Like, eventually, I'm gonna get there. Like, I don't. Yeah. That makes me feel away.
I'm not necessarily too keen on it either. Again, I think that we already, as a society, put way more on educators than we need to, especially for the amount of pay that we got. And in Mississippi, oh my God, to be a teacher, you're making like minimum wage to be a teacher. You know, I mean, yeah, you're getting benefits, but wow, let me not eat because I have health insurance now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, you know, I've got this retirement plan. Let me starve myself for the next, 25 years. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah, man. It's not. I don't.
And now you want to give them a gun? I'd be more worried about the teacher going to the principal's office or the superintendent's office and demanding a raise than I would messing with them teachers, messing with the students.
This is my theory on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they got to do, not all, because it's not going. People, you can't control crazy. You can't control crazy. You just can't. You can try to prevent crazy. You take preventive measures to make sure that crazy doesn't get through. So if somebody get into a school with a gun, it's like a thing that nobody wants to see. But you can try to prevent it. What I would say, they just do like they do schools in the hood. Have what's the thing? Metal detectors. Just have that.
Yeah, but at what point does it become less of a school and more of a prison?
Hey,
that's what you're gonna run into.
Okay, I hear that argument all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I listen to people that like went to school there and they were like, "Yo, y'all didn't have like this, not like they don't even think about it."
Right. I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. I'm just saying at what point do we start?
I'd rather the kids be safe and them be like, "Oh, this is like a prison, yada yada yada."
Right.
Than have somebody like old boy from Parkland come in. Like, I'd rather them be like, you know what?
I can see that.
I'm just like. I just rather that. Like, some people some people say they want that. They want like glass proof, like bulletproof windows. They want bars on the window.
I think some schools already have.
These are schools in the hood that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, I got you.
They like, yo, like, we want stuff to resemble this. Like, that never happens in these schools.
Right.
And one, like, they don't have like no way to get outside, nothing like that. Like, they just when you in school, you are in school. Like, being outside is a separate thing.
Yeah.
And I don't see like what's the big deal with it, because again, like, you'll get used to it eventually. It's just that.
But we're at the point now where we've talked adding guns to teachers. We've talked adding bulletproof glass, adding metal detectors.
I agree with metal detectors.
Adding more security in general. Okay, so what we don't even have the money to fund our schools in general.
Florida just passed a law that said that they would fund the teachers provide $65 million worth of training to the teachers to get guns.
Okay, again, but my point is, I'm not with that. Why not take that same money and now educate these students to a point to where they're not like, or give teachers a raise or something like that to where
that's what I would prefer. Again, this is all I would say about it. Just have metal detectors at every entrance and just increase security. Like that's it. Because unfortunately, we don't live in a world where you don't have to worry about that. Like when I was growing up, school shootings. Well, when I was a kid, I never thought about it. But there was like I always heard about like one time that it happened, and then like when I became an adult,
man. So when we was, which I know you're a little bit younger than me, but so growing up, I mean, I can remember Columbine when
that's
the
one that I keep on hearing about. Everybody,
well, okay, so there's always been school shootings. You know, what I mean, that's but always been a thing.
Rate, though. Like
no, not necessarily this rate, but at the same time now we've changed the classification for what a mass shooting is. I think a mass shooting now is like 4 or more people. You know, in that it's 4 or more victims is considered a mass shooting. Okay. You know, and then at the same time now some of these schools. Now I say this, I'm not saying I'm for teachers having guns and like that. What I'm saying is that we've changed the way that we think about things. So, for example, I think out of those school shootings that have been reported this year, some of them are like students having a gun on campus.
Yeah, like I don't like that. No, that does just
realistically. I think we've only had 4 actual mass school shootings.
It was like 18. And I was like, wait a minute, some of this just not making sense.
And a lot of that is to push a political agenda. And that's where you have to be careful when you start getting into the point where you're pushing a political agenda. You know, you're gonna run into the you're gonna run to the problem of now because you're pushing a political agenda. Now I don't agree with your political philosophy, so now I'm not agreeing with any of the solutions.
That's where you fuck up. All I want is safety for the kids. Like that's it. Like that's where mine stops. I don't give a fuck if you Republican, liberal, whatever.
At some point, this can't be normal life. So that's the problem. It's becoming normal.
Hey, well, that's the thing. Normalcy doesn't. You can't control what becomes normal. Normalcy is a thing that just happens. You don't control. Okay, we don't want this to be normal. If it happens over a period of time, it's gonna become normal. You can't control it.
Right.
So. Again, like, with it happening at the rate that it's happening, like it's just happening at an unprecedented rate for all these shootings to be happening and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Definitely, man. But so, I think there was a situation here in Mississippi not long ago. You know, a kid at Purvis High School killed himself on campus in the parking lot. You know, I mean that's a school shooting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's things. I think that we have to reclassify how we deal with how we classify a school shooting and then how we deal with the response. You know.
Okay, because I'm glad you said that. Because my bigger point, it isn't about, because you know how people like to make it like, oh, no AR-15, stuff like that. Right. Like, we have a gun problem in our country. It's not about just mass shootings. Like, last year, there were over 30,000 people injured by a gun and like 15,000 people that died by a gun. Like, that's a lot of fucking people that got hurt. Like, don't just address it by, like, this issue. You're looking at it too, you're looking at it you're looking at it too small. Like, you have to look at it like, okay, guns are the problem. Like, people are killing themselves with guns. People are using guns to, like, kill their wives, kill their spouse, like, whatever.
I think it's more of an immaturity problem. And this is my thing with it. Now, we have gun laws in place already. One of the biggest gun laws is that you cannot buy a handgun under the age of 21. You have to be 21. But you can go buy the same rifle or shotgun, anything and you don't even have, you just have to be 18. You know, that's a problem. Now, do I think 21's too young? Yeah, maybe. I mean, they say that it's like 25.
That's what they say.
It's like when you mature.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is it gonna stop everything? No. But you know what? Having only be able to buy 2 boxes of Sudafed doesn't stop every meth lab, but it cuts it down. You're able to track it better.
Like I said, you gotta control it. You can't prevent it. You try to control it. Like, okay, this is happening
at a rapid rate. But the process,
it's not.
So you can't control the way that you're gonna mess up is whenever people say gun control. We want to control the guns. You can't control the gun, but you can control the process in which those guns.
But see, that's a part of the gun. Like, see, when you say gun control, like that's a big ass umbrella. When you say gun control, like when you say you want to control the flow of guns, like that's under the umbrella of gun control. Like that's, I think when people hear gun control, they think you're saying, okay, like gun ban, no more gun. Like that's not
right. Take the weapons away.
That's not what it means.
I do believe that you but the process, man. So I think these are my surefire ways to control the process. All right, if you want to hear my
go for it, man.
All right, so one, up the age limit. You cannot own a gun legally under. I would say go at least 23, 24. You push 25 maybe, but I mean at least 23, 24. You could even shoot 21, try it out, see how it goes. Then it should be an across the board waiting period. So it doesn't matter what state you live in. If you live in Mississippi, it's a 3-day waiting period the same way it is in New York, the same way it is in whatever. instead of it just being that same day you can buy it. Then not only that, I think with those background checks, if you have anything that flags you, let's say it's excessive parking tickets, excessive traffic violations, 6 months, come back. You cannot buy a gun today. 6 months, come back.
But you already know the argument against that is going to be there's no correlation between my parking tickets and my ability to own a gun.
You're right. You're right.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like I can already see that being the argument. Like, okay, so because I got parking tickets, this is what they're going to say. Because I got parking tickets, I can't protect my family no more. Like that's that's what people's go-to
But at some
is.
point, you have to have. I mean, okay, so because somebody wants to cook a meth lab, I can't give myself enough Sudafed.
But here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's always going to be a give and take.
But the thing is, here's the thing that people like to go to with the medicine thing. Again, I agree with you. I don't want you thinking I don't. I'm just being the natural contrarian. I want to poke holes in your argument. Like with the meth labs, like that's like it's medicine, whatever. That's not in the Constitution. Like that's what people go to.
Right.
I have the right to protect my own. Like I don't have the right to go. Like I just shouldn't. Okay, you tell me this.
But
whatever.
you had the life you had the right to liberty and everything else, and we don't have that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is true.
And so I think that's why you're right. People confuse stuff, and the thing about your rights, you only have rights until they infringe on my rights, and then when your rights infringe on my rights, then we have the law, and that's when the law comes into play. So now people be like, "Oh, I have the right to bear arms." You're right until your right to bear arms causes now 17 students to be killed in a school shooting. Now the law has to come into play. And that's where I think we get tied up and we get twisted. People think, "Oh, my rights." That's like people say, "Oh, I have the right to free speech." You're right, you do. Until you infringe on my right of free speech, now I have the law that backs me. That's why you can't cuss in public. If you cuss in public, you can be arrested. Yeah, you can say what the fuck you want to. You can say fuck 36 times outside. But until somebody is offended by that one fuck that you just said, now you can be given a ticket for disturbing the peace.
This is true. I was about to say something, but I forgot what I was about to say about because you was talking about rights and shit like that. But since I can't remember, I guess that's God telling me we need to move on to the next point. What else I want to talk to you about was the Parkland shooting.
Okay.
A terrible tragedy.
Yep.
There was this security officer by the name of Scott Peterson was his name.
Okay.
Right? And the story was he didn't run in to protect the students, this, that, and the third. Now, what he said, I'm just gonna go off of what he said. What he said was he heard the gunshots and he thought they were outside. So he just took cover. Right? And by the time he realized it was over. Like it's not like the school shooting was happening like for an hour or something. Like once he found out that they weren't outside, it was over with. So people were coming at this man like saying you a coward, you this, that, and the third. And like my initial reaction was to agree with them, like you security officer, this, that, and the third. Like this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go run in, da 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 da. And then I took him and I was like, you know what? Take a step back. What if that was you? What would you have done? Right. So here's the thing people don't take into consideration. This man is like 58 years old. Mm-hmm. He had been at the school since 1991. Mm-hmm. This was the first time something like this had happened, and I was like, I can't blame the man for not running in and jumping in front of the bullets. Like, think about, like you just said, your security. What did your security do with your school? They just sat there and flirt with the teachers and shit, right? Like, exactly. Like he don't. And again, I get that he signed up, to secure the school. But at what point did we go? You know what? He didn't know what he signed up for. Like,
so here's the problem. You do know what you signed up for. If you go into any law enforcement, you go into any kind of military, it's like a fireman saying, I didn't know that the flames were going to get that big, so I didn't go into the building.
No.
I mean, come on now.
No.
You know what you signed up for.
No, can't do that.
How? How can you not do that?
The reason why I'm saying that is because, again, it's about the particular one. Again, here's the thing, right? Because I've applied to be a security officer. Right. Thank God I never got on this.
A security officer is different than a campus police. You realize a campus police is an actual cop. Like they are a police officer that's been to the academy.
He was strictly there to secure the school.
Right.
Again, I know comparing him to what happened at our school. He's been there since 1991. Right. So that's going on with 3 decades, right?
Yep.
So when you've been there that long, you're not used to this type of stuff, whatever, this, that, and the third.
Right.
You probably have an idea what to prepare for and stuff like that. And again, he didn't know that the shooting was happening inside the school. That's another thing. Right. So to say to the man,
that's what he says, and I'm not gonna say that he's lying, but nobody else is there to confirm that.
All right, but again, I can look at this man and go, you know what? I get it.
Right.
Because again, I've been doing this job for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Think about this. This man was 2 years away from retirement, right?
Hey, he was literally like Lethal Weapon, like Dan Glover. I'm too old for this shit.
Exactly. like he was literally and again, I don't want people to think that I'm not, because here's the thing. what could he have done? Could he have prevented this? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, or he could have been killed as soon as he walked in the door.
That's another thing. Like again,
but that's your so here's again, my thing is your job as a police officer is to protect and serve. All right, in whatever capacity that you're in. Now I know that there's some things where it's like, no, they're supposed to uphold the law, this and that. But ultimately, you are a public officer. That's what you are. All right. So you're there to protect the public. Then if you're a campus police, your job is to protect the campus. So if you're not doing everything in your power, everything that is humanly possible.
He did call it in.
Okay, anybody call it in?
But he
didn't
on
know that
Snapchat
already with it. We talking about calling in. It was already known.
But I'm saying though, he didn't know that it was. By the time he found out it was in the school, his words, not mine.
Right.
It was too late. That's what I'm saying. But he did call it in.
And the way that you find out is that true or not is by how he called it in. Because if I hear gunshots as a cop, immediately you're supposed to call it in. You calling it in. So how did he call it in? I'm taking fire outside the school. The school's under attack. What did he call it in as? Because then that will tell you what he thought.
Okay, let's just say he said the school was under attack, but it was outside. Like, because again, I don't remember the exact phrasing he used for it. So I'm just saying, but
I still think that there's more could have been done. You know.
Yeah, I'm not
saying that. Man, look, I've seen guys that you get into an intense situation and they piss their pants, or it's like, oh, I can't do this. Okay, the thing is, you signed up to do this.
See, that's the thing.
You said I'm gonna do this.
What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody got a plan. He thought he could do. He thought he could do. Then shit got real, and he was like, you know what? I just couldn't do it. Again, I'm not mad. So
then you know what you should do now? Retire.
That's exactly what he did.
If you can't do it, but I said the same thing about cops. Like when cops say, and I know we're not on this topic, but when you have like a cop, you have a young black male that's been killed, and the cop says, "Oh, I fear for my life." You feared for your life. Okay, you're saying that you're scared to get up each day and go to work. Why is that your job? If you thought you can't actually do your job, why is that your job?
My argument would be that this is what he thought his job was until he actually had to do his job.
Right.
Like he thought his job was walking. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He thought he was gonna be able to walk around and be like, okay, cool, I'm just patrolling the campus. I might have to break up a fight, take a kid out of class, this, then the third. He never thought that he was gonna have to deal with a shooting. Like,
but in today's society, is it really that shocking that a school shooting happened? So, like, as a campus police now, is it really out of the realm possibility to think my school might get shot up?
Yep. Here's why I say
you really think that it's
no, not out of the realm of possibility. I don't want to say it's out of the realm of possibility. But you know what? Nobody thinks it could ever happen to them. That's how people think. It can it would never be me. I can bet my life that's what he was thinking. Like it don't happen here. This is Parkland.
Yeah, but again, now your job. This is your job, and every day. And I can't speak for. I've never been a campus police. I've never been a law enforcement. So I can't speak for how they operate and like that. But I'm sure that they have to go through different training other than just their initial training, and they're constantly being told and taught and things like that. So I think if you're not being vigilant.
Think about how you hold on.
If you're 60 years old, first of all, that's a whole different problem in America. The fact that you're 60, you still got to be at work. But with that,
I'm just thinking about like the average 60-year-old. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm taking into consideration everything. Like he was 60. He was
go be a Walmart greeter.
No,
and
on top of that,
find a job in customer
let me tell you how well he did his job. I didn't even tell you this. He got awarded for his job because his job wasn't doing shit. Did he actually had to work?
Exactly. How you get awarded for doing the job? Not doing shit. Like what? When you gotta do shit, that award don't mean shit now because you ain't do nothing when you were supposed to. That's like being the best employee at McDonald's and then you fuck up my order when I come through. You're not the best employee no more because you fuck my order up.
All right, bro. Last topic, then we gotta get the hell up out of here. All right, man. So, last night, Oscars.
Yep.
Whatever. I ain't gonna lie. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yep, true that. All right.
I'm not gonna let the Oscars distract me from the fact that Goku got Ultra Instinct. He finally mastered it, and that shit was amazing. If you're not watching Dragon Ball Super, go do it. Like that.
First of all, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super yet. So.
Bro, listen. Oh, bro, you super behind.
Let me tell you something. I love DBZ. I'm on a GT too. I like GT whenever it came out. But I haven't watched Super. GT was trash. But I'm saying at the time, it was all we had.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have caught some of Super, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty lit. But I want to be able to sit down and give it my full attention.
Okay, here's the thing, right? First, I'm going to tell you how to do it. What you do is, you find this, I think it's called VRV.
Yep.
You got a PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get VRV.
Okay.
You can watch, you can what they call, binge it. You can binge. Okay. And they got it to it's dubbed. It's dubbed up until like where we are now with the tournament, whatever. But that's not why I brought up
I got you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But nah, you know what? I'm a nerd. I'm probably quite sure I got some nerd followers, whatever. So, y'all do your thing with Dragon Ball Super. But anyway, I brought up the Oscars to see how, like, awards, like, there's, like, it's weird to me, right? Like, because we both got nominated for, like,
the last 2 years.
The last 2 years running.
This
and
year
last
and
year,
last year.
last year, I was, like, super excited about it. Like, I was like, okay, cool. They think I'm one of the funniest people in the city, this, that, and the third. And then at one point, I just got to that. I was like, you know what? I don't really give a fuck. Like, that's not why I do it. Like, I had a theater.
Hey, let me tell you, if y'all listening, this is how these sound. I don't do this for the awards and the money. I do it for the love of the art.
That's not one.
For the shit. You want the award? Don't you lie to me? You want it.
First, no.
Okay.
Let me correct you.
If you didn't want it, it wouldn't be a big deal.
No, it's not. Here's the thing. If I got it, I take it
Yep.
because it was for me to have, right?
Right.
But I'm not. When I say I don't do it for the awards, like I didn't. On the phrase, just like I fell in love with the craft, right?
Right.
But when you do it, like awards, and again, this is art. Art is subjective. You see what I mean?
It
like,
is subjective. It is.
So, like,
also, awards are just popularity contests.
That too.
Yep.
So when I looked at the Oscars and stuff like that, I see, like, again, I was somebody that thought that, when I first got into acting, doing comedy, stuff like that, like, you know what? I want 5 Oscars because ain't nobody else got an Oscar. Let me tell you how bad I wanted 5 Oscars. I had 5 pictures of an Oscar, right? Had one on my vision board.
Right.
I had one under my mattress.
All right.
I had one in my wallet.
Okay. Why under your mattress?
Cause I wanted to sleep on top. I was like, it was my dream.
All
No,
right,
it was
keep
bring me my dream, make my dreams come true.
Shut your ass up. All right, come on with it.
I had one in my car,
All right.
and I had one in my wallet. I think that's all
6. So you lied.
No. Mattress.
I'm just playing. I wasn't even
vision board.
counting.
See, don't do this shit. Hell, we on a time limit and shit.
All right.
Anyway,
All right. So you was on your vision board. I got that. Okay.
no, but I'm saying though, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why do we like care so much? Like, as again, like, and I get why black people care. I get it, but I don't. I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I don't like that we be like, oh man, we need this for us. Like, this is the first black whatever. Like when they had the Oscar so white thing, I was like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't care no more. Like, fuck it. Like, it's not. Our culture is not for, people from Wakanda to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right.
Like,
Continuously Wakanda. Yeah, I got you.
It's for us. Like, they just not gonna get it. Like, I don't want to beg them to be like, okay, look at us. We do great stuff. We know that we do great stuff. Like, why don't we create?
I think that are you asking me? So one, it's kind of hard that you asking me for a point of view from like why the black community is
I'm trying to get your viewpoint on awards, period. And then you can go into black
awards.
communities.
So okay, for me now, I think awards are a big deal in the aspect of same way you post a status to Facebook and you get them likes. Do you need them? To do what you just did, do you have to get that like? Do you have to get that shit? No. But does it make you feel good? Yeah. Because it's like, okay, these people see it and they agree with what I'm doing. All right. So, I mean, and then also too, they are good leverage if you're in acting and you're trying to do more.
Okay, I ain't talking about resume. That's why I say I get why. If resume building,
but
get
as
your
far
Oscar,
as just as far
I'm
as
talking
us,
about like
as far as humans,
like that's what I'm talking about. Like,
okay,
because it doesn't do. Here's the thing, Ben. If one of us won, would it compare to us getting up on stage and killing?
So for us, so I'm gonna tell you, for us, like for what we're in the situation with, I ain't never been to the Oscars. We'll talk right now. Best Pine Belt. For us, what's a bigger deal than one of us winning is the fact that for the last 4 years, it's been nothing but Hub City comic comedians that have been nominated.
All
now
right.
there's some great and very talented comedians and artists that are in Hattiesburg outside of Hub City that are also on the coast, things like that come up here and perform. But each year, there's been nothing but Hub City comics on that. That's a bigger deal to me than one of us necessarily winning it.
Yeah, okay, and I agree with that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I like the fact that we as a group get recognition by the people in the city going, you know what, this is what we mess with, this is what we enjoy, yada yada yada. But
if you're basing it off of like
I'm saying, like, when
it's never gonna be off the work. So and this is just all honesty, and I know I'm not even the kind of person to toot my own horn or anything like that. But there ain't nobody outworking me or you right now, and I'm just being real on that. They're not outworking us on comedy. All right, as far as in the area, I love all my Hub City comedians. All right, every single one of them, I love them all.
Being talking that shit,
But,
goddamn.
I'm being real, motherfucker. There ain't nobody out work, and that's the difference in work is that you can still get that recognition and you did it, but you did not work me.
That's what I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm saying, though. That's because
I can still love you because you got the recognition, but you still did not work me.
Here's the thing: if you win, yo, bro, that was yours to get. I'm happy for you. This, that, and the third.
Right,
but what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to this award shit, it's like, why you like? I don't.
First of all, I want the award. If anybody listening right now, it's my shit. Don't you take it. It's mine, all right?
Like, I'm not, but
we're
I'm
going to address it like it's my award already.
Okay.
We're going to speak it.
You can have it. I don't care. Take it. This is what I'm saying.
Can I have my acceptance speech right now?
Do your acceptance speech.
No, I'm good.
No, but I'm saying, though, like, okay, here's what I'd rather.
Yeah.
This is what I'd rather be. I'd rather be funnier than be the person that won the award.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather outwork. So it's not about being funny, man. Because being a comedian, you have to be three things. You have to be funny, likable, professional, and that shit is interchangeable in what's 1 to 3. Because sometimes being professional will get you more than being likable or funny, and vice versa. So for me, if I can outwork somebody, that's all I need.
Exactly. Okay, here's another thing. Okay, let's keep it going with this right here. The reason why I don't like them is because one is again art is subjective, and two,
right.
there's no measuring. There's no measure. Like when you're doing like because I look at this shit as like a sport, right?
Yeah.
Like, in sports, the measuring stick is, okay, we go head to head.
Right.
There's like a score. There's something like, and that person wins the championship.
Right.
For this, it's just like, well, I thought he was funnier than him, but the person next to you is like, well, actually, I thought he was funnier.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
It's like look at the Pro Bowl or the All-Star game. Even like that. I mean, I'm in the All-Star game. I made it. You know what I'm saying? But this person over here has more points per game than me. The more wins as a team than me. You know what I'm saying?
What's my man name from the Sixers? What's my man name? The dude that played with Joel Embiid. What's my man's name?
I mean, there's a whole motherfucking team.
Man, the damn dude. You know the
Ben
rookie.
Simmons.
Yes, him.
Okay, Ben Simmons.
He's exactly what you're talking about. He is exactly what you're talking about right now. But go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. If you're measuring, I measure things off of work. So when I see something, so like this year, okay, Best of the Pine Belt, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's pretty stacked, and it has been each year, But each year, the person who I feel like put in the work got it, and I feel like this year, it's not necessarily that it won't be about the work, but it's so stacked in the capacity that it could literally be anybody. You could lay it all out here right now, and you could point your finger, close your eyes, turn around 3 times, point your finger.
First of all,
whoever you get.
First of all, I know who it better not be. If Daniel Wolverton get this award, I'm gonna be pissed.
I hope Daniel Wolverton get it over your ass.
Let me tell you something. I said I don't care about the award and shit like that.
Man.
But if this rookie come in here and get this award, I'm fucking with you.
Daniel Wolverton probably #1 right now, bro.
But yo, salute to everybody that is up for the best of the
Pine
Belt.
But it's a big deal for all of us. I mean, I love Hub City comedy.
Exactly.
Man.
Let me give the shout outs out to everybody that's on there. There's Daniel Wolverton.
Yep.
There's J. Evan Curry.
Yep.
There's Mallory Head.
Yep.
There's Benjamin Compton.
Yep.
And there's Deveron D.
Well,
Dennis.
Ben Compton, but yes, you're right.
But let's say Benjamin.
You said Benjamin, yes.
Listen.
My government name is not on the vote.
You
you said Benjamin, now I look for Benjamin.
I'm so used to calling white people by their name. I'm sorry. Like I'm
continually what kind of.
Yo, man. Okay, I think we can wrap this shit. We done had a good conversation. We've been in here for a good minute. So, with that being said, man, I want to say, first and foremost, y'all follow my guy. Tell him where you at. Tell him where you at.
You can find me on all social media platforms at Comedian Ben Compton. If you type in Ben Compton, I promise you're going to come up because I do have some different shit. But Comedian Ben Compton, you type in Ben Compton, it will come up. That's Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat,
Don't
and
nobody use
Twitter.
Snapchat, man.
I got it, though. Okay, but eventually it will come back because everybody left Instagram for a little while and then came back.
All right.
Okay,
good point.
thank
Good
you.
point.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Let them know where you're going to be at. What shows you got?
Man, so look, we got a whole bunch of great shows coming up, man. March 22nd, I will be at the Thirsty Hippo here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi with my guy, Deveron D. Dennis.
Yes, sir.
I thought you were going to say the show was canceled. Anyway, but we'll be there March 22nd. March 29th, I'm in Meridian, Mississippi at DT Grinders. March 30th, I'm in Picayune, Mississippi at Johnson Station. Then next year, y'all can see me, next month in April, I got a bunch of big shows coming up. So y'all make sure to follow me, check it out. And I'll get the dates to you.
All right, cool. Make sure y'all check my guy out. Dude is funny. Like, you should have laughed a couple times with this.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. I appreciate that, man. Real talk.
Shut your ass up. Anyway.
I was doing best of Pine Belt, bro.
But, shut up. Yo, thank y'all for listening. Listen, before we get up out of here, I want to put y'all up on some shit. First and foremost, if you into anything, I don't care if it's whatever you reading, whatever TV show you watching, whatever you doing, you got, like, exercise tips, whatever, talk to me about it. I'm down for any type of conversation. Just tweet me at Just Call Me D, JUSTCALL3D. Follow me on all social media, man. I'm on most of them shows that Ben just said. I'm gonna be with him on the 22nd, Thirsty Hippo.
Yep.
I'm gonna be at DT Grinders on the 25th?
29th.
29th, and Picayune on the 30th, all right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna be in Memphis with him next month sometime.
Hey,
So-
man, so you see, I just didn't announce it. So why you out here announcing
It's my show.
You right. I'm sorry.
But, yo, man, listen. I thank y'all for listening. And, yo, no matter what you do, be true to you. We up out of here. Peace.
Continually Wakanda.